So for lesson plan 10, I did a story called Busy Bees, and I used the Time for Kids website that she gave us to use. And so basically they're just going to listen to a story about bees and follow basically the questions and stuff. I really liked this Time for Kids website. It had lots of stuff. It reminds me of the National Geographic type things. But for my direct instructions, I'm going to say, remember the past couple weeks we've been reading and listening to books online. Remember last week how we read a book about enemy pie and we were able to tie it to real life experience. Well, this week we are going to read a story about bees. And then I will go into asking them if they know what a nonfiction book is and tell them that I always remember a nonfiction book is not fake or made up. That means today's book isn't a book somebody just made up. It's really about bees, like true information about bees. So for my activity 1, I will do, my hook is, do y'all know what a bee is? And then they will answer, do you know how bees live? And then, well, today we're going to read about bees. And then I'll show them a few pictures in the books, not the whole book, but just a few pictures, and let them make some predictions on what they think, about the pictures, and I will write that on the board. For activity 2, we're going to do a KWL chart, which is a few things they might put on the no part of it. Is they fly, they sting, they're yellow and black, because that's some common things that most first graders would know. Some things in the W spot will be, the only one that I could think of is what do they eat? And then, of course, the L won't be figured out until later. For activity 3, during the reading on the first page of this book, it has a big hive on it. I will stop and have them do a think, pair, share with a partner. And the question they will be discussing with their partner is, what do you think the hive is or does? And then after they do that, I will have them, we will discuss it as a class, and then they can just answer questions to, maybe a couple different groups come up with different answers. And in this book, it actually does tell you different things about the hive, so I will make sure we do not read that page before they answer this. My activity 4 is going to be a graphic organizer, and I'm going to have them organize the pictures, which they're going to draw the pictures themselves and then put them in order. Some of the pictures that I will ask them to draw is a bee, a beehive, a bee on a flower, and a beekeeper. Each one of these things is one of the pictures in the book. Activity 5 is the after the reading, is we will now do the L part of our KWL chart, and we will write some things we learned from the story. Some of the things they might write are bees eat nectar, thousands of bees live together, beekeepers look after the bees. For my materials, I will have KWL charts printed out for each one. I will also have little blocks for them to draw their things on for us to do the storyline, like the graphic organizer. And we'll make sure the board's clean for me to put their predictions on them. I'll have the story pulled up on the computer, that sort of stuff. And there's really no way to simplify or extend this lesson, since we are kind of doing it all together as a group and then some of it as a pair. So I think that it is kind of to the point that that's pretty much all we can do for that. But again, the book is called Busy Bees, and it's by Rebecca, and I'm probably saying this wrong, but there's the last name. Katzman is how I would say it. And it's on the Time for Kids website. But that is all.